This is analysis of one other cloaked UFO, they call it, which was hard to understand. This is over Indonesia again. The last one was 2010. Now, it was May 31st, 2004. I'm just analysing that picture there. Now you'll see that on high zoom, that round cube or round sphere there, these strange patterns down there, that sideways pattern. There are some strange patterns happening through there. There's a very strange blur happening further up. Very strange objects seem to actually stick out of the cloud there, and that's a strange process coming out. And there's a very strange object right in the center of there and in the upper area there. They're the objects I'll actually focus in on and take pictures in a larger picture. So it's very unusual, that one. It shows the same patterns as the orbs which I've seen, so it could have some truth to it. So that's the picture there, and I'll just provide the zoom photos. Now, as crazy as it seems, I have spoken to one filmer in Sydney, UFO filmer, and he's been observing the cameras over the Mexico volcanoes. There's high activity of orbs and UFOs, so I analysed all the smoke plumes from this volcano in Indonesia 2014, 31st of May, and I did find all these very peculiar shapes in there. So I'll quickly just, I think this has been all just slightly, I've gone through it, and you just see those strange shapes straight away. Now, as I look closer, you will see what looks like a strange platform there and that object up on there, and that shouldn't be happening. So I've tried to alter that, and now if you look at that object there, that is very strange. There's a lattice of similar type of structures under that platform. So it's as though the orb has used the cloud as structure. It's hard to describe. I'll quickly just try to bring up fraction. There it is there. That's amazing. I still can't work out what those things are that create those fantastic alien shapes, I should call them. And I have seen this also in clouds over the USA that I've analysed, and hatches have opened, rods have come out, rays were fired. It's too crazy. But each time I think, well, it can't get any more crazier. That's what it normally does. So there it is there. That's that alien type object right there. I'll go to the next film now. There are those peculiar shapes there as well. I didn't think I'd find that interesting shapes in this one, but once you look harder and more detailed, yes, they do pop up. Why they access the volcanoes, I think I read somewhere these alien entities live about 5k underground, and it could explain the heavy activity in Mexico, which has all these live volcanoes, or very large volcanoes. I don't know what that shape is there. So obviously this is Indonesia, and that's they've got quite a few live volcanoes as well. There's an object right there in that white ring. What looks like just part of a cloud, but it isn't. I'm trying to get very close to it and just try to zoom in to work out. There it is, alright, right there. That's all I can actually zoom in on. So it seems these live volcanoes, which are very common in South America, and that's obviously where you have the huge sightings of UFOs, it could provide an active portal from outside down deep into the volcanoes. could explain why we have now in Sydney more activity. It could be from these ones in Indonesia. Now this is a great picture. It shows that flat platform. It shows a, a ladder system. It shows the object up on there. If I just fiddle around, I could bring up some of the structure in that picture. There's an object again. I can't zoom in closer. This is a blurred picture, but if I actually take it out, you can actually see the sort of things I'm talking about. There's one more snapshot of that object there. I might be able to get something out of it, but it's extremely difficult, that one. That's an interesting shape on that one there. There it is. That's a very peculiar shape coming across sideways and up there. So that's why it seems as though this fourth dimensional alien orb entity somehow has used the smoke plumes to actually what's the word? Manifest itself in. It's very difficult to believe that one. But pictures talk. So this was a very interesting one inside that as well. Very peculiar shape. This was quite common in orb clouds, that shape. I'm not sure if I can go further in. I should just stop at the edge of that. Yes. This is a great shape as well. Here it is again. I'll see if I can do much of this one, but I don't think I can. Yes, it has brought up a bit. Obviously that can't be just smoke. There's something under the actual disc on top. That's so I'm trying to just get into that, and it has worked. Yes, peculiar shapes, but I haven't found anything specific. This one's the next one. So my hunch has paid off, but I can't explain all these shapes and how the orb entity or the alien entity uses the actual smoke plumes, because these have peculiar white areas in dark areas as well. So how would it actually alter the color of the smoke? That's the next question. This histogram has paid off, because you can just bring up what the camera couldn't. There it is there. Look at that. Right there. Now these areas there are very dark grey, and the areas around it are white. Right there. It's not clearer because I've got the screen pixels that are coming up with very, very high magnification. The picture was quite large, but from a very far distance, so I really couldn't do that much. There's that strange pattern there. It's a round one more round one in there. See what we can find in this one here. Okay, here we've got something happening in this area here. See, like a square platform, one, two, three orbs, and one on top, and there's something right there. There's a round one coming out there as well. There's 3 or 4 up in that area. We've seen this picture before. This one is a little bit more contrast. There it is there. I still can't explain what these alien life forms are that create these shapes in the clouds and the orbs, also in the plume here from the volcano. Why they enter the volcano in that intense heat? What would they do down there? Where have they come from? I've analysed a very strange orb situation in Oregon, USA, and the film was actually real. And this individual has filmed a lot there on the mountains and in the a forest area. And in one cloud, there's a hatch opens and 2 rods come out, and it actually fires a ray at the person. And I thought, well, that's crazy. I'll have to analyze it. One other a UFO researcher in the UK that films orbs and UFOs, Ken. I'll just quickly research his name. Unusual name, Ken Klingbell, and he's had a ray fired at him from the orb or the UFO he was filming, and his left face was injured, and he still complains of a loss of feeling his left face. So obviously, I can't explain how these fourth dimensional entities can actually use clouds as a camouflage. Let's return to that one. There's a very light, a blue glow above the clouds there. So I have analysed the film. I've seen this. It's just shocking. It shouldn't be happening. There it is there. It is just not possible. It's occurring. Here it is there. That's a form that I can't zoom in any further. Why have they come to Earth? Why is there a strong presence over the USA? How do the chemtrail clouds affect them? It helps them actually, because each film that I've seen there's actually more activity in the chemtrail clouds. This is a very good image here. It shows the rounded rods and tubes right there and there. Very interesting. This is a great picture. It shows all the outside is white. Inside you got the very dark orbs inside the cloud right there. Very good picture. This is a great picture because it actually shows that coming around sideways. There's an interesting X shape right in there. There it is there. I don't think there's much in this one, but if it's not altered, then I won't be able to see. Probably that thing coming up there and the round object right there. There it is again. There's one orb shape there, and that one comes up. I was quite surprised to see all these things because I had a hunch. If this is true and they actually use volcanoes, there are things in there that should be looked at. There it is. Now this is just a quick a video of the area that I took. Show the structures. There's that strange shape there. There's a platform. These are like two rods, one up and two sideways, or three rods. There's a platform it sits on. Two are grey and one's white. The area in there looks suspicious. That's a very bright film area. These are the ones on top, that area there. That's that strange one there. There are those three on the side. That's an unusual area right there. That's where you have 2 and 3 on there. There's a very dark one right there and an opening. There's that object right there. And there's that strange shape. The part that I'm now more interested in is this one right here. I'll actually zoom in now. I'll actually zoom in probably about here. That area there. It's a square and you got a grey orb or a dark orb right there. See it there, that one. That's very peculiar. Then you got that platform effect and you got those rods right up there. That's a close-up of the ones in which are dark brown or grey right there. That's all I can enlarge these. We've seen this one before. That pattern's very peculiar. Seen this before as well inside there. And that's it.